Hello guys, welcome back to PreciousZee TV. Today's episode is packed with tears, confessions, dangerous schemes, and a war between Dua and Gazal like never before. Hina finally confesses the painful truth about Gazal's cruelty, revealing how Gazal beat her, hid her, and even tried to kill her. The entire family is shaken, and Gulnaaz smartly records everything, holding the final key to expose Gazal once and for all. But just when you think Gazal is finished, she refuses to back down. Disguised in a burqa, she sneaks to the hospital, plotting to use Haider's IVF sample to become the mother of his child. Meanwhile, Dua is determined to unmask her, leading to a tense showdown right at the hospital doors. Back at home, emotions run high as Hina breaks down, begs Dua for forgiveness, and faints dramatically in her arms. Will she survive to see Gazal finally exposed? Or will Gazal destroy the evidence before it reaches the police? Now let's dive in. The scenes start when Hina demands Haider and Dua's divorce, refusing to accept Hafiz and Kainat's marriage at first. Haider defends Hafiz, urging Hina to separate Dua's mistakes from the entire family. Hina later agrees to the wedding but shocks everyone by setting one condition: Dua and Haider must divorce first. Despite Dua's emotional pleas, Haider calls for divorce papers, insisting it's his duty to his family. A heartbroken Dua signs the papers under pressure. Hina and Hamida celebrate, believing their plan has worked. But just when Gazal thinks she has won, Haider and Dua reveal they were only playing along to trap her. In a powerful twist, Haider tears the divorce papers and throws them in Gazal's face, warning her to stop dreaming of separating him from Dua. He reveals the family court orders and divorce hearing dates, telling her to prepare to leave both the house and Haider's life. Haider and Dua reveal they tricked Gazal, using cameras to record everything and turning Hina back to their side. Haider warns Gazal that if she tries to brainwash his mother again, he won't spare her. Meanwhile, preparations for Kainat and Hafiz's nikah are in full swing. Dua brings sweets, Rahat makes guest lists, Rohan finalizes invitation card designs, and Dadi plans to invite the elders. Gazal, however, vows to keep her marriage intact despite being watched through cameras. Later, Rohan catches Gazal sneaking into Dua's room through the CCTV footage. The family rushes upstairs as Gazal hides the stolen IVF file and pretends she was just throwing out Dua's clothes. She accuses Dua of trying to take her room, claiming she has a right to it as Haider's wife. Gulnaaz calls her out for her nonsense, while Dua calmly dismisses her and asks her to leave. Gazal refuses, taunting Dua that Haider married her after Dua, and that soon it will be Dua who leaves the house. Hina arrives and takes Gazal's side, telling her that Haider will divorce Dua soon, fueling Gazal's hope. Dua reassures Haider that the room doesn't matter to her. What matters is him. Haider, deeply moved, acknowledges her sacrifices and promises to restore her rights, asking her to wait and watch what happens next. When Hina questions why Dua is still allowed to stay despite the divorce, Haider cleverly plays along, hugging Hina and calling Dua his bad luck, pretending he doesn't want her near them. He insists that Gazal shouldn't stay in the room, claiming it would affect her, which makes Hina believe Haider truly wants Gazal in his life. But Gazal doesn't by Haider's act. She insists the room belongs to her and refuses to leave. Hina, frustrated, slaps Gazal and urges her to listen to Haider. Haider firmly takes Gazal's hand and asks her to leave with him, convincing Hina that he's serious about Gazal. Hina smiles, believing the couple is finally reconciling. Later, Dua laughs at Gazal's humiliation, and Haider warns Gazal to stop using Hina against them or face dire consequences. Gazal, still defiant, vows that they can't stop her. Haider warns that once Hina regains her memory, Gazal's game will be over. Later, Gazal spots Dua's IVF file and plans to use it against her. Dua, meanwhile, arranges her clothes while Haider lovingly admires her. They talk about their future babies and cherish their happy memories together. Things turn tense when Dua notices the file is missing and panics, suspecting Gazal's involvement. She confesses she once threw the file out of the window to protect it from Gazal's schemes. Haider calms her, finds the file, and reassures her that everything will be fine. With the file safely back in their hands, Haider promises it's time for their family to grow. But in the shadows, Gazal plots her next move, determined to make Haider's wish come true, but on her own twisted terms, not Dua's. Haider firmly tells Hina that the room will remain Dua's, shocking her. Pretending to be heartbroken, he calls Dua a curse who ruined his life and claims the room reminds him of their painful past. He declares that neither he nor Gazal will live there until Dua leaves after the divorce. Only then, he says, will Gazal be allowed to stay there. Gazal protests, but Hina sides with Haider, asking her to listen. Haider promises Gazal the whole house and a new life together, convincing Hina he truly wants to be with Gazal. Over to Haider. Haider's tone turns fierce as he warns Gazal she will never get Dua's place, not even her room. He accuses her of taking advantage of Hina's condition and vows to expose her soon, threatening to drag her to the police station. Dua adds that once Hina recovers, Gazal will have no place in the house. As they leave, Gazal glares at Dua's IVF file, plotting to use it against her. Later, Dua is upset about Gazal throwing out her clothes, but Haider calms her, calling her cute when she's angry and making her smile. They share a tender moment, reminiscing about their love. Suddenly, Dua realizes the IVF file is missing and panics, certain Gazal stole it while pretending to throw out her things. Haider reassures her, promising to find the file, but Dua remains anxious, knowing how dangerous Gazal's schemes can be. Later that day, Dua dances happily at the pre-wedding event, praying that Gazal doesn't create more problems. The entire family enjoys the celebration. Meanwhile, Gazal fumes, vowing that soon their happiness will turn into tears. She recalls taking a doctor's call and confirms she will attend the appointment. Dua and Haider bring Hafiz and Kainat to start the haldi ceremony. They both recall their own past moments together. Hina asks Gazal to apply haldi to Kainat, but Gazal refuses. Hina threatens to slap her if she doesn't obey, reminding her it's Kainat's big day. Gazal reluctantly applies the haldi on both Hafiz and Kainat. Hina prays for Kainat's happiness. Dua and Haider dance joyfully to a lovely song, sharing a romantic moment. Gazal checks the time and says she must go to the hospital. At that moment, Hina suddenly appears, clapping. She shocks everyone by saying Haider hid a big truth from her. Haider is confused, but Hina laughs and reveals she knows they have decided to have a baby. She congratulates Haider and Dua, blesses them, and asks everyone to celebrate. The family is surprised but happy as Hina hugs Dua and prays that she will soon be called mother. She asks God to protect them from evil eyes. Dua wonders how Hina found out, while Hamida expresses her happiness. Dua notices Gazal's absence and grows concerned, but Hamida tells her to stop worrying and enjoy the celebration. Meanwhile, Gazal arrives at the hospital with her face covered, ready to put her next plan into action. The entire family celebrates the news of Dua and Haider's decision to have a child. Hina blesses Dua, praying for her happiness and a beautiful child. Gulnaaz excitedly declares that she will be the child's friend, not just a grandmother, and promises to win the child's heart. Ruhan says he can't wait to play with the baby, while Ravi, Hafiz, and Kainat congratulate them warmly. Kainat hugs Dua and shares how overjoyed she feels. Rahat advises Haider to be a better father than him and to give time to his children. Hina, overwhelmed with happiness, says she will soon be a grandmother, leaving everyone emotional. Dua tells Haider how much it means to her to see Hina so happy. Hina and Dua dance together joyfully, joined by the rest of the family. The haldi ceremony for Kainat and Hafiz begins, filling the house with celebration. Meanwhile, Gazal arrives at the hospital disguised under a veil and claims to be Dua Haider. The doctor is suspicious, pointing out she has never seen Dua in a veil before and questioning why Haider isn't present. Gazal lies that he is busy with wedding preparations. The doctor reminds her the IVF process cannot proceed without Haider's presence and insists on calling him. Back at home, Hina distributes sweets while Dua expresses her worry to Haider, saying she fears she may not get pregnant. Haider reassures her that everything will be fine, and Dottie blesses her, asking God to make her wish come true. Haider then takes Dua to the hospital. At the hospital, the doctor again asks why Haider isn't there, warning that the procedure cannot start without him. Just then, Dua and Haider arrive for their appointment. As they head toward the cabin, Gazal quickly hides to avoid being seen. The doctor greets them and jokingly says that Dua must have called Haider since he came so quickly, and also mentions she saw her in a veil earlier. Dua is shocked and insists she was never there, realizing something is wrong. While checking their reports, a paper falls and Haider almost spots Gazal, but she hides again. Meanwhile, Hina lovingly gets Kainat ready and blesses her. Back at the hospital, the doctor tells Haider they need his samples first, which surprises Dua as it was never discussed with her. Dua grows more suspicious that something strange is happening. At home, Hafiz sneaks near Kainat's room to see her, but Rohan and Noor catch them and tease them. They all laugh and dance together until Gulnaaz joins, asking them not to tease the couple too much. Dadi arrives and playfully scolds Hafiz for secretly meeting Kainat. Suddenly, Hina sees Kainat standing near the window and panics, recalling how Gazal once tried to shove her. Hina screams and warns Kainat never to go near the window, fearing Gazal will harm her. She hugs Kainat protectively. Back at the hospital, Haider goes to give his samples while Dua is taken for her tests. Gazal secretly follows Haider and smirks, vowing to steal Haider's sample and become the mother of his child. At the hospital, Dua hears Gazal's voice and immediately gets suspicious. She follows the sound and calls out Gazal's name, startling Gazal, who wonders if Dua has recognized her. Determined, Dua demands that she reveal her face. A few minutes earlier, Gazal had felt confident she had found the right person to help her collect Haider's sample and use it for her evil plan to get pregnant. Meanwhile, Haider and Dua change into hospital clothes for their test, with Haider reassuring Dua that God will bless them with a baby soon and that he can't wait to call her mom. As they move ahead, a ward boy collects Haider's phone. Back at home, Hina grows emotional and warns Kainat that Gazal might harm her. She tells the entire family how Gazal pushed her from a window, calling Gazal a demon. Hamida consoles Rahat, promising that Gazal will pay for her deeds. Rahat asks Hina to narrate what happened that day, and Hina recalls in detail how Gazal tortured her, beating her, hiding her inside a bed, slapping her, and ultimately pushing her from the window. The entire family is shocked. Rohan learns about this confession and tries to inform Dua, but she is unreachable. Gulnaaz quickly records Hina's statement on her phone, ensuring they have evidence against Gazal. The family praises Gulnaaz for her quick thinking. Meanwhile, Gazal is at the hospital, secretly following the ward boy and avoiding Rohan's calls. When Rohan finally reaches her, he informs her about Hina's confession and Gulnaaz's recording. Gazal panics, realizing her game is coming to an end, and regrets ever leaving Hina alone. Gazal lies to Rohan about her whereabouts, pretending she was taking medicine. Gulnaaz reassures Rohan that they now have solid proof against Gazal. At the hospital, Gazal, still disguised in a burqa, praises the ward boy and asks him for a selfie. Meanwhile, the doctor gives Dua hopeful news about her results. When Gazal speaks again, the ward boy questions why she is taking selfies, and Dua recognizes her voice. Grows suspicious and tries to confront her, but Haider insists they should leave for the wedding. Still determined, Dua demands that Gazal uncover her face. Gazal refuses, citing religious reasons, but Dua, also a Muslim, argues that it isn't wrong. Haider, frustrated, urges Dua to calm down and points out they have several missed calls from home. Gazal takes advantage of the moment to hide. Haider calls Rohan to check on Hina's health, while Dua still insists on unmasking Gazal, but is eventually taken away by Haider. Gazal realizes the danger isn't over yet. Hina has confessed the truth to everyone, and if her confession video reaches the police, Gazal could be jailed forever. She decides she must delete the video to save herself and ensure she can still use Haider's child to secure her future. Spotting a ward boy, Gazal sends his photo to Ajaz, asking for help. Ajaz agrees but demands payment for his assistance. Determined, Gazal plots to stop the video from reaching Dua and the police. Meanwhile, at home, Hina anxiously awaits Dua and Haider's return. Gulnaaz is eager to finally show Dua the confession video. When Dua and Haider arrive, Rohan begins narrating the events that occurred. Overcome with guilt, Hina confesses all her mistakes and apologizes to Dua for supporting Gazal against her. She tearfully admits her sins, begs Dua for forgiveness, and prays for death. Dua consoles her, assuring her that she won't let anything happen to her. The emotional moment continues as Hina and Dua recall their beautiful memories together. Hina kisses Dua lovingly, but then faints in her arms. A panicked Dua calls Haider, who notices Hina's hands growing cold. Dottie quickly calls for a doctor. Dua prays for Hina's recovery, hoping she doesn't forget the truth after waking up. Gulnaaz suggests showing Hina the confession video once she recovers, and Dua praises Gulnaaz for her quick thinking, realizing the video could finally expose Gazal. Thanks for watching, bye.